accomplishments so far constitutes the one mission we have is to support Edo State, give back our strength, our intellect, and our money. scale your business. You have business mentorship, guidance. Some people would need services of a business clinic. This clinic would have lawyers, accountants. I need to move this. Okay, thank you. Lawyers, accountants. What do you say? NAFDAC, but nobody's coming. We're using sugar loaf pineapples. By showcasing our products in stores and attending trade expos. There's no trade expo I attend that don't have maybe any products on my table. Engage with local stakeholders to support the vision to empower SMEs, especially as they navigate the waters of finance, product content, price, and packaging. We trained 600 SMEs on financial literacy and made sure that BOI was a part of that engagement, and they came through for us. After that training, I personally opened a WhatsApp group times 3 or 4 to continue to engage. One thing to be training is another to follow up. And 3 months into my role, I facilitated a multi-man trade mission from Miami to the including 4 commissioners from Miami. What was my goal? Open up trade with the states to know who we are. And we can trade, given especially with our exchange rate. Today, one of those commissioners is now the commissioners in Miami, and another one who was a member of the Miami Port is now in charge of international trade, and it says, "Where are my Edo people?" That's what it calls. I orchestrated an MOU between the Miami Port officials and the Benin River Port project so they can provide technical assistance to our team when you think about Miami being the largest tourist destination on the globe. I re-established a better relationship between the cooperatives and the government by constant dialogue and engagement. This state in Edo State, and as I speak, we have automated the process of registering and managing cooperatives in Edo State. I developed and trademarked a policy. So when I took office, I kept hearing about they don't do our products. I went on a mission. First of all, if nobody else came up with this "Make Edo" slogan. Let's talk about making Edo is made in Edo, but I didn't stop there. I went further up to say, can we come up with and design a logo that we can put on packaging anything coming outside of it? If you notice, if you go to the shelf, if you go to like making, you don't have to go far. These apples that we buy, you see there's a little sticker on these fruits that are coming from Benin Republic.
That is celebrating where they're coming from. You cannot see apples from anywhere, and pretending from Cuba or from France. I said, okay, it's time that Edo celebrates Edo. There's no reason why we cannot buy our products. This soil, you drop anything on this soil, you everything we need. If our people should come in, buy our stuff, celebrate us. So we coined a slogan, and we also coined a logo called Proudly Edo. I went back to Durban so much celebrate states. So I've been part of our SME or the process. Make sure you have that making Edo on it and understand that it's Proudly Edo. The plan was we'll set up a committee in my ministry. If you're going to post it just like that, you come, you apply for this, and it will be like a skill on your product that says Proudly Edo. If that product is on the shelf in Canada, you will see Proudly Edo. Chances are you will buy that product. But let's take it one step further and turn from Gary or how about even if you put the local government area on that packaging as well? It's all about celebrating you. We celebrate us, everybody else will come and buy. An industrial policy of MSME clustering, creating cooperative clusters that focus on the core of Edo's natural resources to build capacity, ensure they tap into opportunities and provide global market access through the value chain. They include honey, pineapples, plantain, cashew nuts. We developed and digitize the process of registering cooperatives. And then we had the first, most successful speaker collaboration opportunity fair in September last year. That's the first meeting actually launched. As of today, we've created a center of excellence in every senatorial district that will provide sustainability, employment, values already added along the value chain of those products prevalent in these communities. It will reduce post-harvest losses, employment for the youth, contract manufacturing, and empower grassroots for success. Coin the slogan, Make Edo, which won't be used to grab everything Edo has to offer. Edo Park, EGO, which I want to say thank you to Madam President, and call her JP. They joined me to fulfill a long-term dream that I had during the elections that happened earlier this year. See, this was my first time working as commissioner. Of course, I had to partake in the elections. I had to go from village to village, house to house, trying to identify and pull out all you to try and put them over to my everybody, madam, give me money. When I said something, I said, relax, look all around us. I don't know, you have passion, you are not the granny. You don't need empowered, employers of labor, you need to be entrepreneurs because we have it. A job they will pay you your years, maybe 1 naira, jobs 40,000 naira. And so when they helped me win my unit, I promised and committed that I was going to empower them in one way or another. Fast forward to the beekeeping program, which we have just kicked off to EDO. We have identified some here today. We started a beekeeping program, that will empower the youth so that not only do they but it uplifts the community. And even those who have cashew farms, if you know anything about bees, they pollinate the cashew trees and it increases their yield. All of these, over a 3-year program, we have provided them all the kits they need. They're actually starting their business without even one dime out of their pockets. And this, for me, is a win-win both for the community and for everybody who understands the value of what I've been doing my bit, starting from the bottom. The entire administration of the government, Governor Obaseki government has been creating infrastructures and power, road networks, technology, hospitals, and of course education, and everything else to be built. As a subnational, Edo State is very ahead, I must admit, apart from the obvious Lagos State. But if you build, the people will come. Though I am no longer commissioner, the work has never stopped. For me, it wasn't about being a commissioner. I was living my life. I am still living my life. I came to serve. In fact, the work, as soon as I knew that this work was definitely just the beginning. In fact, it has gone up a number of notches, and I have also monetized some of it to ensure I still keep food on my table. But ensure the impact is felt. We must be the change we want areas. So I see opportunities. The ease of doing this. Usually this is measured by things like starting with business credits, protecting, etc. If you the goal was almost lost. There was just two. It was this, which of course we all know is everywhere. And then we have the situation with the power. Osioma, but the average man on the street is not feeling Osioma. We hear about Osioma all the time. We talk about, there's power all around this area. They're asking these questions. What do you sleep? They say, I don't have lights. And so the one are screaming about Osioma and also the cost for those who have it. Osioma has become like never before. Rationing power is even now worse than diesel, gas, and electricity are at par. Ourselves by investing in this solution. I recently joined forces with an Edo boy born in Edo State, recently forces with him recently to actually bring alternative power solutions through modular state. We're to the deputy governor and realizations all in one plus land. And so government. Even now, back home in this state, and we decided to be in those states because since I am in a boy, and like the president says, it all starts at home. Peaceful. It's by an Edo boy, and he's live because he's been here a couple of times. Let's put our money where our mouth is because it's all about is headed to alternative power supply. We'll create jobs and also make new millionaires selling what we need and creating wealth for the natural stuff that God has. Nigeria's power challenge is presenting opportunities in solar, wind, and gas. As traditional power costs soar between diesel, gas, petrol, this sector is set for substantial growth. Our consistent gas supplies in Edo is a big plus for us. And being able to add solar to it will be a good. As commissioner, I was tasked with addressing the issue of prices continually increasing. It just felt like the prices were going up every day. People were going up, prices are going up. So I took charge. And there was then an investigation. We got letters from the public. There was somebody who wanted to open a store in the market, but they told him he could not. What is our issue? The unions. The unions markets in Edo State. I'm not saying they're all they are strangulating business in Edo State. But guess what? I have, and there was, this is a political problem. It's one, it's where at that level, we don't have security. Because when we don't found out that office, we found it's a bigger problem. I don't want to go into the names or the details, but it is a political problem. Everybody have unions. In Lagos, there's Mama Montanini who just passed recently, but it has never affected the markets. I lived in Lagos. I have all things now, which even I have noticed that the prices here, even is nothing compared elsewhere. In fact, just 2-3 months ago, from America, she was born Indian, home, but I facilitated a meeting between her and the export cluster. We had a great meeting. She took orders. She said, it's time. One of the things she always said, has and yes, her store is full. It's not one thing from it. So I worked with her to say, you must come. So she came. We were about to send the export cluster to her, and she someone in her office. And she said, I can't do this. Break down at the prices that she gets. I promise you, they weren't twice, 10 times what she gets from this. I was so and it's from transportation to how much they're buying in the market, and to agree on farmers and processors. It's a cluster. We do plantain, we do pineapple, but please go ahead. Right across the market, they'll come and buy it from us at a certain price and they'll go and sell. You didn't know I do pineapples. How would we sell? I think it was like 5,000 a month or something, when we've been buying from Libya at 4,000. And he's a farmer. At that point, I asked the blogger, do you know who I am? Do you know what my business is? I said, you can't buy from, you're the farmer. Or you're selling 1,000. I said, we have got a problem. And we'll talk about it on different platforms. If you don't price right, that's how we talk about Edo State. We cannot move beyond Nigeria because you can't compete. So we have to get it right. The biggest gap, again, that I see with small businesses is the lack of adequate information on what to do, how to do, and when to do it. Small and big businesses need all information and infrastructure. This is why I engage. On platforms on a regular basis, I drop nuggets in there and communicate, we exchange ideas. I'm also here for another event next week. I'm inviting people from Edo State to come. So we continuously engage, I continuously advise, I train online and I mentor. We have to keep that communication going. And I found truly a lot of our SMEs in Edo State are not, they're not educated on what to do. And thanks to the good jobs and people on communication, but we have to continue and we have to be consistent. Increased productivity. One of the things I specialize in is value chain production. My company, I think I got a team that I went back and I bring in animals and now protein. It's helping our farmers understand that we do not stop at commodities. You are leaving so much money on the table when you stop at commodities. For example, cashew. I'll talk to the cashew farmer, this is what they do that I do with chicken and cashew. And I said, how do you sell your cashew? And he said, oh, there's one man that tells us how much it is. You're the cashew farmer, but your price is dictated by somebody else who is not the cashew farmer. So I said, open your phone. You have, I said, take my phone, just using my phone. And I said, go, I just Google how much on the commodity market. It was normal. How much is the one?
They will come because you have what they need. Your brother has no business building the largest country facility in the West when all they did was road. You see a Chinese man in Oregon or in Edo State or in Auchi, there's money there. You better get there before he does. No Chinese man, no Italian, no unless they know
So it's okay. And Ben, with them again. Can you increase the applause, please? Thank you. Give the applause that suits me. The applause that suits me. I mean, look at the suits. The applause that suits me. All right, you're welcome. I will start by citing and then welcoming our panelists for this session. First, on this fantastic list is an accomplished, passionate, and dedicated social entrepreneur and senior consultant in social development with over 2 decades of extensive experience in government, NGO partnerships, entrepreneurship, community advocacy, and engagement. She leverages technology to promote growth of MSMEs and women-led businesses through training and consultancy, as well as in institutions and community-based organizations that provide services to young people. She is known there. All right. She has a BSc in microbiology. Okay, that makes 2 of us. From the prestigious University of Benin. A certificate in monitoring and evaluation from RIPA International, United Kingdom, and certificate in project management and policy development and advocacy from the University of Washington, USA. She is the founder of Genius Hub, a social enterprise. She is the chairperson on the board of Genius Hub Global Initiative. Through her visionary leadership, Genius Hub has facilitated digital skills training and entrepreneurship development programs for over 16,000 beneficiaries and counting. Round of applause. And this includes youth, women, and returned irregular migrants and survivors of human trafficking within another round of applause. Genius Hub has extended and stretched our tentacles outside of Edo State and established regional offices in Lagos and Canada. It is worthy of note that our panelists has worked on several projects funded by the UK Cabinet Office, the Department for International Development, DFID, which is now the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, GIZ, and the Nigerian Joint Corporation, the NBC, Nigerian Broadcasting Company, NAPTIP, Action Aid, and the BATN Foundation, to name a few. She is a business coach with a record of helping over 6,000 business startups scale from the ideation stage or phase to the testing stage using technology-driven strategy. She is an advocate for digital inclusion of women as well as girls, and she has served as the lead on various initiatives training women and girls on digital skills. Her work has also been recognized by the UN Women as a woman driving technology and innovations in the technology industry and contributing to the advancement of gender equality and women's empowerment in Nigeria. She has been recognized by the iconic Brand Awards as a member of the Hall of Icons 2023, as well as a nominee for the Corporate Brand of the Year and Distinctive Positive Value Award, amongst others. So he plenty. Alright. When she's not doing all of these things I mentioned, she films. She's a filmmaker. She is an award-winning filmmaker, even for chores. You get awarded. Fantastic. She's an award-winning filmmaker known for her work in utilizing entertainment to drive social change and address issues such as migration, drug abuse, corruption, domestic violence, inequality, and education, amongst others. Ladies, gentlemen, businesswomen, panelists, Right. You're welcome, man. The applause are like, no, thank you. All right. To follow is somebody I love so much, known by many monikers, son of JBS, Mr. Big Splash, you know. He is the CEO of 2126 Lounge and Groove Enough Entertainment. So if you think we have grooved enough with keynote, he's here to tell us that we have not grooved enough. Also known as Mr. Big Splash, our panelist has garnered critical acclaim, particularly for his mixtapes and ciphers on musical platforms like Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, you name it. And it explores the rich cultural and social themes, and most prominently his ambitious nature, life experiences, and a deep sense of heritage. Apparently, this is an established entertainer and marketing genius, and he is the founder of the biggest networking event in Edo State. I am sure that if you look around the city, it rivals the publicity for that America, and this is here. Anyway, it's on. And this is here. The biggest social corporate networking event in Edo State, a corporate affair. He is the founder. His born, raised, and highly successful within the Benin city business world. Our panelist is on a mission to put Edo State back on the map through his passions, networking, and entertainment. Please welcome me, our panelist this afternoon, Mr. Otas Just Bajwali. You're welcome. Take that first comment, please. And to join in this splash of excellence, we have from the palace a royal, an enigma with us. She is the first of her name. She has spent over a decade mastering the arts of entrepreneurship in two demanding and highly competitive industries. Our panelist is a multifaceted businesswoman who has not only created tantalizing culinary experiences, but also redefined hospitality through her chain of service apartments and property development. She is the CEO of Gem Apartments and Catherine's Bamboo House and Spa. Our panelists, 13 years ago, you see that this is like decades, it's not yesterday talk. 13 years ago, our guests ventured into the vibrant world of gastronomy, starting a chain of restaurants that have now become beloved staples in our city. Our establishments don't merely serve food, they create memorable dining experiences, intimately intertwining innovation with tradition and leaving an indelible mark on our culinary landscape. Alongside her successful restaurant venture, she has been instrumental in elevating the concept of hospitality in our city with her service apartments. These properties are recognized for their exquisite ambience and top-tier services and have become the preferred choice for those who seek comfort, convenience, and a touch of luxury. They are more than just accommodations. They are sanctuaries that reflect our thoughtful understanding of what travelers truly want and what they truly need, as well as the dynamism of the city itself. Our journey is a testament to our undying perseverance, our innovative spirit, and our strategic decision-making acumen in entrepreneurship. Please, welcome with me, ladies and gentlemen, with drum rolls and applauses and ovations, a good pride. First of all, the restaurateur extraordinaire, creator culinary masterpieces, survey of service apartments, pioneer of unparalleled hospitality, and architect of memorable experiences. all your kindness, business, and Joshua Okunbo. All right. Just before we get our panel session on food, I would like to welcome from the Federal Inland Revenue Service for 5 minutes to speak to us. Please welcome with me Maureen Adako. Accompanying with Ferrer Regulars Ikili. For 5 minutes, I need to listen to them. Please put this up like what they're branded, they're presenting and represented an idea in land, not on water, to give us avenues of revenue and help us become better at the place of service. Another round of applause for the place.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, panelists. Standing here is my colleague, Maureen Adako, from the Federal Land Revenue Service. And I want to say a big thank you to the organizers for the invitation to be here. Now, when the president was giving her speech, she said something about moving your businesses from here to here. And in order to do that, you are faced with so many challenges. And one of the things she mentioned was taxes. Now, taxes are one of the inevitable things that we as humans face. So, standing here today, we want to help you, help your businesses in order not to have issues with the government. Particularly, if you ask me, I might not want to pay my taxes. Because sometimes we ask ourselves questions like, why should I pay? What does the government do for me? And some of us construct the roads to our houses. We buy water. We provide electricity for ourselves. We do a lot of things that the government is supposed to do for us. We don't want to pay, but we have to. Because, like I said, it's a mandatory levy that is imposed on us. You can be a compliant taxpayer with little or nothing, very little effort. All you need to do is comply with the extant tax laws. Now we know that during the 2020 pandemic, the government tried to reduce the stress on businesses by coming up with the SMEs, by coming up with the 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022 Finance Acts. Now, one of the specs of that is that as a business, if you earn or you make less than 25 million in any financial year, you are exempted from payment of any tax type. But the catch there is, to the federal government, sorry, but the catch there is you have to be compliant. File when you need to file, submit all the returns when you need to submit them, because failure to do that, you fall back to you default, and then you pay everything you are supposed to pay. So in order for you to help yourself and reduce the burden of taxation on you, she mentioned something about getting tax experts to teach you, to guide you. Keep your records, keep your books. You don't need to cut corners, you don't need to hide. If you are not paying, if you don't have to pay, you don't have to pay. You don't need to be afraid when you hear the tax people coming to knock on your door, you are scared. Why? Because maybe you are not doing the right thing. So if everything you learn today, you take it back to the drawing board, get someone to help you, teach you how to keep your records straight when it comes to tax matters. Then when you hear that the tax people are coming to knock on your door, you are not afraid. You tell them, yes, you are coming for verification, you're coming for monetary, no problem. I have my books, I have my records. As far as I'm concerned, I have been filing. And recently we introduced in 2020 the tax formats. Everything is done automatically, everything is automated. You don't have to come to our offices to ask questions. We have our call center, we have our lines. You can always reach out to anybody to put you through certain gray areas you don't understand. At the tip of your finger, at the comfort of your home, you can log in, file your new batch returns. If you are not up to 25 million, you don't need to come. But when you default in filing, and the funny thing is, when you are supposed to pay maybe 1,000 naira as value-added tax for that month, you don't pay it. And then you come the next month to make the payment of 1,000 naira. The tax law says what? Your penalty for not paying 1,000 naira is 50,000 naira. Now imagine what non-compliance or disobedience would do for not paying just 1,000 naira. So in order not to take your time, our office is at Airport Road, 50P Airport Road. So, okay, 65 Airport Road, opposite KC Device or THL. You can always walk into our offices to ask questions, and we will be glad to help you move your business from here to here, like she said. Thank you very much. Please, we can take a couple of questions if anybody has any questions.
Tax related.
Tax related, yes. Okay.
No.
Oh.
Colorless.
Okay, first question.
Thank you
Movie
so
box,
much. It's not actually a question. So I think you should tell us, you just told us about not finding 1,000 and getting a 50,000
Penalty.
Can you just be kind enough to tell us the cut-off time for this file so that we don't fall victims, of paying this penalty? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that reminder. For value-added tax is you are expected to pay value-added tax monthly. You are expected to file value-added tax monthly. Now you have for a whole month, you have 1 to 30, 31 days, 28 days, depending on the number of days in a month. For value-added tax, you are expected to file the next month. You have between 1st to 21st. 1st to 21st to file for the previous month. As at midnight 21st, you have officially defaulted. So by 001 on the 22nd, you'll be automatically charged 50,000 as late returns penalty. But the law gives you that access to calculate all your transactions for the whole of the previous month. You have 3 whole weeks. Calculate your transactions, calculate what is due to the federal government, and render your returns. 3 whole weeks. By 21st is the deadline. Thank you.
And for the year?
Yes, for the year, CIT. For company income tax, for most companies, their financial year is January 1st to December 31st. For those of us that use January 1st to December 31st as our accounting year, you have till 30th June. That's the first 6 months of the following year. You have till 30th June to file. Once you have defaulted, you automatically get charged the late returns penalty of 25,000 on your company income tax. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, yes.
I just want to find out at what point the taxes go to federal inland revenue service and the Edo State Internal Revenue Board. Because we also have, I just want to do that differentiation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. For limited liability companies, all your taxes, except payee and personal income tax of the CEO, all your
business names, enterprise, what most one-man businesses that are registered. The only tax you pay to the FIRS is the value-added tax. Every other tax will be paid to state, to the EIRS. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for our esteemed guests. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We want to welcome you to this amazing panel session. We have some of the brightest Edo minds seated with us here, and they're about to share part of their experiences and their knowledge with us. I want us to please put down our questions. Please, the keynote speaker made a lot of very valid points, and I'm sure that we will require clarification. We have questions to ask, we have our own personal aspirations as business people. Please put down your questions. You will be given an opportunity to interact. And after this panel session, we're going to have time to network. There is a lot of progress we can make with collaboration and partnerships. So there'll be time for all of us to network, share contacts, and get to know each other. Welcome, everyone. This is a great honor and pleasure to be seated with everyone seated here. Our first question will be targeted, let's take it from the far right, and we'll be asking Madam Banglo, Princess Adesu Okonkwo, to kindly share with us, based on your experience, what are the key challenges businesses face when operating in Edo? So what are the challenges you have faced in your sector doing business, and how have you been able to figure them out? But just help us identify the challenges so that we'll see if some of those challenges resonate with people that are seated in the audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaking from my experience, I wish the FRS people were still here. Because when I started the restaurant in 2010, I did visit their office, the FRS office, the ERS office, just to find out. I'm starting a restaurant, what do I need to do? You know, what are those approvals I need to get all present before starting? I don't know if you can guess the kind of answer I got in 2010. They said, just go start. How you go call them, okay? Nobody go ask us that kind of question, don't go start. After you start, we'll come. And that was exactly what happened. There was nobody, in 2010, there was nobody to ask. And even those offices, they didn't know what they were doing, sorry to say. They didn't have a clue. So they just tell you, go start, we'll come visit you. And when they call, you know, she was being very friendly just now. Not be so, yeah? See that 21st, she was just telling you that she had all the one that asked her to tell us. They don't tell you all of this things. And then they want to just catch you and then say what? You're supposed to know this thing now. You were supposed to know. I'm saying I came to your office and you write us a letter. Oh, I did. Oh, yes, a letter. This is letter. Even somebody who acknowledge her. I say yes because I brought it. You know. And then they say, well, I don't know, you need, there's somebody supposed to be writing you back. Okay, so when we are here now, so you are owing us X, Y, Z. Now, that wasn't because I didn't ask, remember? But nobody gave me an answer. But the truth is, a lot has happened between 2010 and now. So the information is more out there. And then again, you can visit their offices if the online platforms don't work. If you want to invest in this for the long haul, if you're investing your time, if you're investing your sweat, I don't think making a trip to these offices is too much to ask. Just do yourself that favor, visit. And please, when you visit, don't ask it, man. Just say, you need to see someone in charge, you know. And yes, there will be the normal, you have an appointment, who's expecting you, all of those things. Just be ready for it. Business is not a bed of roses. Like our sister has shared earlier, I'm sure she was trying to make it very sweet today. My dear, that is sweat, tears, times of doubt, asking yourself, why did I even start this journey? So it's not simple. So do yourself a favor, visit the government offices, and then equip yourself with the information you need to start. That'll be one of them. Secondly, you will want to lean into a, when I say network, there's WhatsApp now, all these WhatsApp groups and things, they were not there in 2010. So there are plenty of these groups now, there are networks that you can connect, with. And then again, write a lot of businesses don't have business plan. They just feel it's a waste of time. Please, it is not. It is important you put all these fancy ideas on paper. And then please share them with people that are more knowledgeable. Sorry to say, in this part of the world, we keep believing and telling ourselves that when we tell the other person what we want to do, they might steal our idea. If you are from USA, which is where I'm from, probably area. So if you are from that end of town, many years ago they'll say, I tell me we are having something. I tell me we just so basically you don't tell each other when you're traveling abroad. The same mentality they carry on to business. And then you don't tell anybody. You don't ask questions, you don't research, you don't do anything. You just go into it. There is no freestyling in this. So you want to do it, be intentional about it. Ask the right questions, visit, and then please put that business plan down, write it, and then share it with people that know better. They get mentors. Please, it is important. Don't waste your time, don't waste your resources. And in this part of the world, the weight of our families are on our shoulders. So they're looking up to you. So it means that if you want to venture into this, you don't want to waste everybody's time. You might think you are going into business by yourself. No. For me now, for example, I'm representing the whole Okubo family. So they are not about to allow me fail. There's no room for that. So please ask the right questions. Thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together for those very, very amazing responses. So the truth is, one of our panelists have been able to identify that one of the critical problems we face is there is no direction. It's like there's no platform where businesses can go source information or seek help or get mentorship. So most times we come into this business place flying blind. And she also noted very critically that most businesses start without having actual plans. It's like trying to build a house, you don't have a house plan, you don't have a 3D rendition, you don't have a bill of quantity, so you don't know how many slates you need. Or in your brain, you just want a 5-bedroom duplex. So you're not ready to own that house because there's a lot of technicalities that go into actually run the business. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Our next question goes to our brother, the big time entertainer, Big Smash. In your opinion, obviously, you're the corporate affairs guy, so what role does collaboration and partnership play in overcoming business challenges in Edo, and how can businesses forge stronger relationships within the local ecosystem?
Thank you. I want to be here. Shout out to the organizers and everyone here. I think in Benin, we like the understanding of the saying that no man is an island. Every owner of business may not be the best to manage that business. We need to look more professionally, like seek professional advice and partnerships. So for example, I'm also into events. My major work is to orchestrate how the event is going to go, the flow of the event. I almost have no business with trying to set up sound. I am not a sound guy. So the same way, the guy that does the lights, the visual guys, I'm not into videography. So I'm not trying to do everything to take all the glory. We also don't like to share glory. There's this level of Nami gets done, Nami one, Nami is supposed to be praised. If I'm not the best at something, I should be able to honor to myself that Madam here can do this better than myself. Why don't we share this glory? In Benin, so I went to Lagos 10 years ago, and being in Lagos, I always ask this question like, what's going on? Who's trending? Event planning and XYZ. And the answer is usually, man, nothing can happen. So I try to ask questions further. Why did nothing happen? The truth of the matter is, a lot of people that were doing their best did not recognize that their best wasn't good enough. And they didn't want to monitor themselves. So partnership is extremely key in trying to achieve any goal. In a business firm, you cannot be the lawyer, be the accountant, be the guy that opens the gates. So we have to seek partnership. In seeking partnership, you need to understand who you're going in there with, who's about to be your partner. Check them out. What are their success stories? What have they done? Do they pay their vendors? Do they owe? Do they have a good name out there? So when you have this partnership and you're going on a mission, you're already halfway successful. And I would say be as dedicated as you can to a goal. Understand the goal before you get into the mission. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together. Thank you. So there is need for partnerships. There's only this much you can achieve as an individual. When you have partnerships, you increase all the potentials and possibilities available to you. Thank you, Big Splash. Our question goes to Madam seated as I knew, right? Genius Hall, one of the most creative minds I've had the privilege to interact with. Madam, given that you're really successful, we want to find out what resources or support systems are available to businesses in the field that can help them overcome some of these challenges they face, like such as assessment, funding, building relevant networks that as per affects the businesses.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to say thank you to the organizer. I thank you, our honorable commissioner. This is Commissioner wherever. We do not take what for granted at all. Thank you so much. We're hoping to see you soon in Lagos. Okay, I have a quick question to ask, and this is very, very fundamental for anyone who wants to become an entrepreneur. You know, we also need to be honest with ourselves because many of us went into business as a result of growing away from poverty. Yes. Many of us went into business without having understanding, no knowledge of running a business, no, you don't have enough knowledge about your products. So that is for me is an issue. So this is what I tell people. I don't want to do business based on passion anymore. And I'll also talk about that. For me, the first thing I think should have been done for everyone who wants to do business or have started already is to first be sure who you really are. What exactly do you want? I have seen situations where people jump from one business to another business. Let me give you an example. I remember when we started this Genius Hall. We started Genius Hall with €0. And I remember everybody said, this doesn't look attractive. Let me tell you, if I decide to tell $10 that day to be very attractive. So it doesn't matter the type of business you want to do. What's important here that you have clarity of purpose of what you really want to do. So that is also a major issue. People don't jump, okay, Commissioner is succeeding. I don't think that she took that to share her story. I know people in this room. You already have an identity of a particular business you want to do. Instead of you to keep consistent with that, don't drop it, diversify, which is good, you can argue that, but you could drop that and start to run with the commissioner's business. So that is another problem. Then you talk about support system, we are blessed in those things. If you are humble enough, if you follow the right people on the social media platform, you will get all the information you need. Edo has been a blessing for me. I say this every time. We have Edo jobs, so let us tell that we fantastic work. I'm on our WhatsApp group where they consistently share opportunities, training opportunities, funding opportunities. But what is the problem? The problem is our SMEs, are they ready for these opportunities? The answer is no. We will talk here, we have seen a lot of people in this show. I see them in all the trainings. My last broadcast I did 2 days ago. Of what use do you acquire knowledge and you don't even use them? For me, it's completely useless. Why? When you drop that energy and you drop about you can use it to develop and apply the knowledge you have gotten. So everyone is blessed. In the last 7 years, I've like to you, is the speed of thoughts is in this town. I say it, there's money in this town. Don't go to Lagos. I have a office in Lagos. The revenue generate in a door. We don't generate it in the house. So, first is that I will refer to all the you are ready to want to go or you know it's your name because nobody will know you. You want to belong to a cluster operating or an ecosystem where information are consistently shared. I'm the only big friend in those for great projects. I'm grateful to God for that. But I can't get that opportunity now. My cluster leader, God bless Mr. Ramita, I gave me a call. Christina, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Do you know I was so relevant? That woman, she's back over that. She will not pray you. If she called me, I won't pick her call. She doesn't pick her. She come and say name. Why? That's a strong support system. So you need to belong to various ecosystems where they will nurture you with best practice, where they will nurture you with technical knowledge. You need technical knowledge to succeed. See, business is tough. Forget that name. I don't think anybody will tell you because if I see you, I don't think you do that. We are a CEO in our office currently. I can't be in the office. My job is to bring in money. So I'm everywhere. So let people keep saying this money is everywhere. I'm deaf. I'm everywhere, but what is important for me? Am I adding value? The answer is yes. Am I making for me? The answer is yes. Am I also making money for me? Yes. So you need to decide what you really want. Then you talk about collaboration. You don't collaborate with people when you have started the project. That's not collaboration. You are only telling them to support you. Collaboration is for you to begin to look at J5. Joint team will sit down here. We sit down together and plan. Then the third J is implementation. We will implement together. Then the fourth J is when you begin to evaluate and do your M&E. What has worked? What didn't work? The last, which is also mentioned, is join and shine. We have to be everywhere and shine together. That is what we talk about. Collaboration is not when you don't want to use me. See, what is the need for me? Needs to be defined from the beginning. So if you are going to into any collaboration with anyone, what is the need for you should be your priority. That's not being self-centered. That's being self-aware. You need to be self-aware about who you are, about what you want. So that is also key. Then to assess funding. I started asking funding from 100 level. I started accessing funding when I was 100 level. I started representing Nigeria from 100 level. I'm not sure. I've also when you speak, they laugh because they get they laugh. Stop me. Because I was only for clothes. I was very determined and I was consistent. So for funding, money is there. And I say with so much authority because every year does not return money. And what is the strategy? How do you assess funding? need to write this down and go home and meditate about it. We need to also be frank to ourselves sometimes. Corporate governance, our MSF community is zero. I've been privileged to sit down on the evaluation committee countless times. I have lost money as a result of that too. When we started business, passion, like I said, I didn't have sense, I was doing by passion. At the time, I was doing by my charity work. I love to help people. But how do I turn all of that skills into money? Then I started having sense. My sense came back when I was thrown out of job because of sexual harassment. I was removed from my job unjustly. But on God, will I stay without money? There's sometimes I think back and wait for easy. You mean so because of 70,000 naira you wanted to get that time? I have 32 persons on my payroll right now. I'm not doing that is just on one side. So my point here that I want you to go back to the drawing board. Ask for help. You hear me say, well, my business is very it's new. See, if you cannot invest in the right employee, then you are not ready to start a business. Don't use family members in the name of I don't have money to pay. If you don't see your employees as an investment, then you are not ready to start a business. Your policy, what are the policy governing your business? Many of us say we have policy, or we have economic policy, you have government policy, you have financial policy. What is your process like? Are you following your process? If I come and do due diligence on you, will I see the right documents? I'm talking today from experience because I have lost money. I remember when I was almost like 90% getting a fund, about 10 million naira, and I remember one of the assessors came in from the US to come and check our office and check our documentation. I was feeling like I have everything. See, when the guy told me one question like this, my head went down like this. I was down for a while, I was hungry. I can never forget that. Many of us, our emotional intelligence is zero. Rather for me to just be there and be crying and be feeling bad, I just told myself, see women, you are facing reality. And I said, sir, what do? We need to grow. And he said, I will help you, but you will pay for it. Many of us here don't pay for services. You say mentorship. I know millions of naira have invested in mentorship. Paid mentorship. I don't even want you to do for free, so I can have all the time, I pay for it. You are looking for free mentor, they are busy. Look for paid mentorship. Tell them you have a payment plan. I just recently got a major network information. I had the opportunity to attend an event. He talked about networking. So if you know me very well, you don't know my ticket asset is networking. I don't network and meet you and leave it. I build relationship until I need you to solve a major problem. And the solving that problem is that you will benefit from it, and I will also benefit from it. So that has been my strategy. So when you meet people, you don't meet people and don't collect their number. I hate it. I keep seeing same people, they see me in a room like this, they collect my number, or they will tell me one story again. See, you are reducing your value. Collect their contacts, save these contacts, use this event as a summary of that contact. But you forget. You don't even know how many numbers you have on your phone. So that has also been a strategy. Save this on your phone. So that when you are looking for, you can find that person. Then when you do that, send an email. Be professional. I will tell you why you send an email. All the people that are doing WhatsApp, do you know how many messages on your WhatsApp? How many will you read? But email, trust me, I will check my email. I can't even count the number of times I check my email. It's countless, because that's where my money comes from. Every serious person will send an email. So collect an email, do a brief profile of yourself. Tell them you met them in this occasion. Tell them you would like to have a time to do a presentation of what you do. And please, ask for them to provide leadership in their own way of mentorship. Then they set up a lecture meeting for Christianity and take it up on them. So that is one strategy. Then for the fundings, the funder want to give their money to an organization that has presented that that there's value for money, their bookkeeping, financial record, everything is clear. From your audited accounts to your policy to your process, they want to see all of that. Then now, recently, policy on sexual harassment is very strong. I went about Osman. Osman lost their integrity for a while, simply because there are colleagues of them who went to France and they hire prostitutes. You know what I mean? Hire, they pay them. And the international community frowned at it. If you go to our office at Junior, so the first policy you see is policy on sexual harassment, policy on fraud, all the policies that want to put us into trouble. So if any of our employees decide to go and get a job, he will get the consequences alone, not an organization. And you don't sack people anyhow. That's some of the policy we are put in place. What is the International Labour Organization saying? Have you taken time to read about labor? Have you taken time to read about the employment law so that you understand all of these clauses, so that you don't run businesses because you want to run? So all of those policies are things the founder want to see. Then when you bid for projects, what are they looking at? They want to look at the business. Is it formalized? Which is the reason why some of us are complaining, oh, BOI, they're not giving us. You don't have CAC. They have to bring 2 guarantors. You will not bring. So nobody knows you in any ecosystem. So that is also an issue. So at the end of the day, they want to look at all of this record. They will take them. Business is formalized. Then the second thing they want to see, methodology of that assignment. How do you intend to execute that project? That part alone is 40 marks. Your business formalization is not 5 marks. Then the third part they want to see is similar assignment done. If you claim you have capacity to do this job, can you share with us evidence and what letter comes in? Letter of completion report showing that the client is satisfied with your job will be attached. Then the third one that we are also adopting is report of that assignment. You share. By the time you put all of this together, there's hope for you to attract opportunity. So I think I will rest at this point. Thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together. Campaign. Thank you so much. That was very detailed explanation on some of the technicalities that actually starting now. Right? I'm sure that a lot of us business owners here, not a lot of us, a few of us here, will be hearing a lot of the things we just heard for the first time. Right? So there's when we talk about corporate governance, there are rules that guide engagement in business. Yes, you are the owner of the company, but you are the one signing. Another person's counter-signing, you have never audited your account, you don't have expense heads, you don't use interest, there's no votes. You are just running it like it's part of your body. It's your personal money. There is no fund that will give you money when they are not able to verify your starting. So, having worked in the financial service industry for a while, I keep telling people, there's money. When you go to a loan, when you go to a bank and you want a loan, for instance, the banks understand that you are coming to them for this loan. You are going to come and make money for them. And they are set up to make money. But most times when banks decline loan requests, it's because you are a risk liability, and your risk is too high. There's no conviction that you can do this or you have done it or you will even do it. So it's critical that we take into cognizance corporate governance and policies and networking. Relationships is everything. I told someone, I'm like, you know that what we might spend 3-4 million running around begging for, somebody else will start with a phone call from the comfort of his room. You know back, you know get up. So how many strategic relationships do you have? How many relationships have you attempted to nurture? These things are critical in being able to scale in business and in life. Thank you so much. We'll go back to Madam Ade. passing the microphone to the audience, where we will give you the opportunity to ask 3 questions from the audience. The questions could be directed specifically at the responder you want, or the person you want to respond, or the questions could be generic. So any other person can pick up and answer. Please, if you have your question written down, kindly indicate. We'll send somebody to meet you. So please put your questions together. Thank you so much. Can you, every society is different. Given that you are our president here, we will ask you what those cultural nuisances are, those cultural limitations to being able to do business in Edo, because everywhere is unique. So you cannot be talking about going to set up a beer parlor in Kano. It would be a very stupid idea. Do you understand? So because of the laws governing the space, or because of their cultural biases, you might not be able to do certain businesses and thrive. So in Edo, given our rich culture, our heritage, there are specific things that should be avoided, or we think we should avoid while trying to do business in Edo. Things that we should be aware of as young entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Emma. Okay. Edo is unique in its own way. It's welcoming. I think in Edo you can literally set up anything. Nobody's going to come at you. The people here are amazing, that I can say. And like my sister said, Edo has been good to her. I will say to you, Edo made me, and I'm made in Edo. So I'm making the decision to come back to Nigeria and just put it abroad. It was one of the best decisions I made, to just decide to come back to this country. And I'm glad I did. So one of those, the peculiar things with doing business here is our people want respect. Please, don't come and bugger for us as so work. So you really have to learn to respect. One thing with us is once we have like 10,000 to our name, our shoulder will just touch. We don't do like that. No, next thing never ready. Meaning, if you're not going to respect people, nobody will help you. But when you just see that you're respectful, you're humble, they will business from other people, they'll bring it to you. They will even tell you about businesses where you are not going out looking for it. They will be the one coming to tell you. And I will say to you, for example, in my business, I started with selling food. When people come into the restaurant, I literally just lamo bosa, aboya that lamo woman, And then when those young girls come and they are wearing half yard, right? I'm actually like, oh, welcome to Bamboo House. Really happy you're here. So it is a culture that I've had to imbibe in my staff. Because here, when they see those girls wearing half yard, what my staff will just do, just be like, this, you want your statement. No respect. They look down on them. So what did I do? I took my time to explain to them. You see that girl that's wearing her hair? I started with selling Chinese food. So the men that are bringing her there, they don't want to eat Chinese food. They want to eat food. They won't want to eat that. They want to eat pounded yam, or egusi. I wasn't selling that. So the reason this man was coming was because of this girl that you feel is wearing her hair. So they don't respect that. I'm sorry to say, we don't respect ladies at all. At all. You will see me, in fact, when both of us stand now, you will actually look, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. You know they see me. I'm not here. So you see that, one person is selling rice and think that they are making profit, and they want to start. And then your shoulder, you start up. And at Benin, when you said yes, she's fine. But you want her to come again. She will not come. We agree she's not the one bringing the money. But the issue is, whoever is paying that money is paying because of her. So I say to people, when the young ladies come into my place and you disrespect them, that is my income you are disrespecting. And the only reason you are in my business is to ensure that we make money. So I asked the girl, I asked my staff, why are you not greeting this girl properly? You greeted the man like 1 million times. You know? One told me. He said, man, that girl, I can't stay for school. I never said I want to do. And so, who made you the judge? Now, what should they do? It did all right. Yeah, exactly. So I said, how am I going to pay you? If you send everybody that is going to give you money out the door, how? I should go and wake up my ancestors and tell them bring money. You know, so respect is important. The people in Benin, and those people, we want respect. So please, whether again I want small girl or so, I beg, respect the women. So if you want to make money in Benin and clean out, respect the women, oh, respect them. We are too much. Women in the house. So there's that. And another thing in the game is, when you're setting out in Benin as well, please think quality. Don't give us by popular demand. Don't just say, just try to go and come and think quality. If you want to stay in business. When I started in 2010, there was, like 5 Chinese restaurants started at the same time. By 2011, 3 had closed. Okay? And I remember my family saying to me, how do you have to just use pounds to trade you? You will call here and say that how? It doesn't work. And this one, please. Join the organized private sector. No. You know. But then I just insisted this was what I wanted to do. But again, I knew for me to try, I needed to raise the bar. So when you are starting, please don't start thinking local. I'm so in love with my sister today. Think the world and do to the world. So you don't want guys to make yourself today. Don't start saying, this is what I want to do, so good one. Maybe I'm starting from Romeo. Nobody will put down for publicity. It is your mentality and the kind of goals that you set for yourself. So if you're intentional to say, I want to do this and do it better than anybody else, you will succeed. So in the history of my business, there is, in fact, in Edo State, for example, there are no rules on who you employ in the food sector. But my former staff are here today, some of them are seated, and my current staff is sitting with me. You don't come into my space if you do not pass a food handler's test. It's not going to happen. People shouldn't come and pay me to get diseases from my place. I think that's really a cost on myself. So I chose a standard for my business and I follow it. And when I talk for that business, I say to me, how many hepatitis tests we go do? All these people will just go there one day, they will just go out. So we keep doing tests for them. I say yes. Because people are trusting that when they come into my place, that the food has been prepared in a hygienic condition, that the handlers are certified. So even if I don't need the state government to be the one carrying Koboko and kids to come and say, do it right. No. Please, just think quality and set a high goal and standard for yourself. And you see that the people will help you. And those people will help you. So please, respect quality, and then finally, as well, let us understand the nuances of our place. So, understand too that beyond the fact that people here want to give you money, okay, they want to be sure that thing that they're getting. So, and then when you are consistent with it, my business started with no check. There was no check at all. I was a Chinese restaurant that started and no guest check. So they were thinking I came to play, you know. For 13 years, I'm still standing. And that's one business has given birth to 4 other businesses. So then think solution. So like, you know, my sister was saying that you start off with one, you hear this story and say, okay, I don't pause. Now then, I ain't going to forget right? No. The reason my restaurant is still open is because that is what people know me by. People keep calling me Bamboo, Bamboo, Bamboo. But there are other businesses that started on the back of that business. So when the customers come in, I interact with them. And please, be good at selling yourself. Yeah. Sell yourself. Free talk. If you don't speak English, speak Benin, speak well. Don't come meet Sam with Naim, Benin, don't go where you did. My mom used to say to me, she's a retired headmistress, I can't give birth to a child that doesn't know how to speak Benin. So if you are not going to speak English well, if you are going to settle in pidgin, no wahala, speak well. If you are speaking Benin, speak it very well. So you need to communicate. You see an elderly person and you want to start thinking, hi sir, you want something? In my place, no. I don't know that you want one all of these things. So it's important that you understand this is what you're doing business. And again, you know where you are going. So when people come into my place and while they are eating, they are discussing their problems, what am I doing? That's money on the table. I remember the first time I ventured into service department. It was because the expats came into my restaurant to eat. And then they were complaining how for more than 6 months they've been in the hotel because they couldn't get good accommodation. And I said to them, if you give me a month, I'll give you the house you will never forget. You know what they said? They will check everywhere first, we'll give you 3 months. And what did I do? I left that meeting thinking, I know because of my business, I know all the big men who get money for $1 million. So thanks to Banco. So I reached out to some, and I'm looking for houses. So how many of these your houses that just worked in Benin? Which of them can I use? I'm not be scared of no. Yeah. I spoke to a couple of people and they said, oh no. But I remember it was the person that told me no that said, okay, hey, talk to this person. I think you'll be more open to doing this. Long story short, I got the house. And by the time I got that house, I didn't start setting it up like Benin standard. I did international standard. Thank God I was even talking to expatriates. And do you know who was paying me? USAID. My sister can relate. And for the period of that stuff was 2 years, 8 months. I was literally just collecting cool thousands of dollars and currency every month. And when you sit there in the restaurant, just chill. When the customers come and they're saying, it's single and it's just soggy, I'll say, come staff, where replace it. You must hear what you're saying. So, since that money was coming, these people, I delivered exceptional service. When they were leaving Benin, they handed me over to the company that was taking over from them. And then that business continued. And by the time I was doing that, I decided, okay, I want to now set up my home. When I started doing it, nobody would give me money. But when I now decided I wanted to do another stuff, I wanted to start a whole beauty project in 2018. It was like Rose. My sister said, send email. I always send those emails to just 8 people. The first 3 that read their emails gave me all the money I needed. I needed 200 million, and I got it. I didn't need to write it down for anything. And why did they give me? They said to me, we have seen what you did with Banco. People will judge you as, what you have done. Some of us, we are not patient to build that. So they said, we know how Banco started, and your assistant, we trust you. And then I got all of those points. So peace is important. Respect, what is it again? Quality, and then it's extremely important that you network and know when there's money on the table to collect it. Please, thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together again. The beautiful thing about the people of this panel actually, I'm sure when they speak, you can see the passion and the fire. They are telling you from the bottom of their spirits. Are we together? Yeah. And that is really the only way to succeed in anything you do. Everyone sitting here could have been anywhere else today. And the desire to even come and learn and add to yourself has been a major step in the direction of you achieving that person you see yourself to be. Please bite off their fire, pick up their fire, collect their contacts after the final session, and let's see how this mentorship grows. Big splash. It's up to you, bro. Quick one. Based on success stories or best practices you have encountered, what are some other practical tips or strategies entrepreneurs can consider employing? Being a new entrepreneur, what other strategies adding to what
I would say first of all is understanding, have total understanding of what the mission is, the idea the mission, the technical know-hows, why we're on the mission in the first place. A lot of people need to learn three things, I would say. Number one is accept losses, celebrate successes, and embrace partnerships. In Benin, it happens everywhere, but with Benin, I think it's special. We are gifted, we're talented, but we don't know how to harness the gift that we have. We don't know how to get the basic information that we need. I would just say my own personal story, right? And coming back to Benin, it was a lot of Benin people that were telling me, no need to go back home. No need to waste your money in going back home. We try and we fail. I'm like, why am I trying to take your advice if you fail? Why should I be scared of failing? Why not tell me the mistakes that you made so that I can learn from your mistakes and do it right? If everybody runs away from Benin, who is going to handle the mess? We are used to taking turns in judging and stating our problems. How about redirecting yourself and focusing on solution? Creating a solution. Those that need support, support them. Training that you need to get them so that you can be better at what you do.
Right. That was where you were too, so.
Okay, so also we came up with an event called the COVID Affair. There was a focus on those that were doing things the wrong way. And we had to come up with an event that represents people who were doing things right. We came up with a COVID Affair, which is a networking event celebrating those that have done it, those that are trying to do it, and those that will come up and also try to do it. In 2020, we had 120 guests. Everybody wearing suits and wearing dresses. I will get more questions. This event is nice, so what are they behind the event? I said, we're trying to change the narrative, tell a different story. 2021, we're having a bigger corporate affair, I was at a hall, and someone called me and said, what is the dress code of this event? I say, suits. The guy looked at me and said, I'll wear suits. When I get one, why are you wearing suits? They say, dress how you want to be addressed. If everybody in Benin is now wearing big chain, wearing big t-shirts, tagging their jeans, wearing socks, I'm trying to identify with that type of person. It's not a norm, it's not normal, it's not special, it doesn't sell the state, it doesn't sell our creativity, it doesn't
Then